Hey guys, how's it going? Preparing here. So, as some of you know already, right after I released a video talking about the 5 cards I hate losing to the most, number 1 on the list, our little bro Undertaker. This little asshole has caused me a lot of frustration in Hearthstone, and Blizzard, the day after the release of my video, I'm sure it's a coincidence, really, but still, nerfed the shit out of the card. And it was actually a very, very amazing moment in Hearthstone history and in Reddit history. See, this is the post. This is upcoming balance changes Undertaker. Immediately after being posted, it had 99% upvoted. And you guys probably know Reddit. And if you don't, the way it works is even the most positive things get hated on like 20% of the time. This is like something I've never seen before. So obviously, in my mind, this is a great change. So what do they change? This is the official post. It says, Undertaker now reads, whenever you summon a minion with death rattle, gain +1 attack. Instead of +1 attack, +1 health. Making Undertaker like a Yeti by the time turn 3 came around against the Hunter, which had a freeze trap up in the weapon, and you're probably dead even if you kill the Undertaker because he just kill command you after that. So basically you wanted to quit the game and maybe, do something else with your life. So now you don't have to do that. You can stay inside, you can stay at your computer, you can play Hearthstone because Undertaker decks will no longer exist. Even though Undertaker is still going to be a pretty decent card, the way that I've seen trends work in Hearthstone are if something gets nerfed, there's an immediate massive overreaction. So nobody will ever play this card for like some time until maybe some months down the road people realize actually it's still not that terrible. But I didn't actually say that. The card is terrible. Don't play the card. It sucks. It's complete garbage. So, what does this change? This changes a lot. This changes it so because of the overreaction, because of the nerf, we are going to see a control meta coming up when this change goes through. Now, this change hasn't gone through, but I did want to get a little bit of a head start. I made a few decks that I thought might be really cool to play in a control meta. I made like a priest with double mind control, but also I remembered back to my Hearthstone roots, year ago, actually more than that, I played a Holy Wrath Paladin deck. And while the Holy Wrath Paladin deck back then was a little bit sketchy, there just wasn't that many aggressive decks. So when I would queue into an aggressive deck with my Holy Wrath Paladin, I would automatically lose. But when I queue up against the control, they would get destroyed. And it's simply because you use Holy Wrath, you stack your deck with a lot of big minions, including the ultimate combo Smasher of Faces, Holy Wrath for 20 damage, and it picks up a Molten Giant. It doesn't matter what life you're at, it's simply based on the base cost on the card. So if you Holy Wrath and if you draw Molten Giant from Holy Wrath, you do in fact hit for 20 damage. And you draw a card, and then your opponent breaks their keyboard, and they don't want to play the game anymore, but you will feel amazing. And because of this card, it's basically like mind control, not in the sense that it's a card comparison directly. It's that it's like the ultimate greed card. So it's such a ridiculously slow card, but if you can afford to use it, and my argument in this video, I'll show you guys that you can afford to use it, because not only did I do reasonably well on ladder today, but I'd imagine with rush decks out, with Undertaker out, the win rate of this type of deck will skyrocket. So what's the deck? Holy Wrath Paladin. So the tool that were introduced in GVG make this a lot more viable, with Cog Hammer and with Muster for Battle adding those extra weapons, that extra annoying garbage on the field to really stall out the game. You don't need that much early game. Now, the deck does struggle a little bit with consistency because you have all those high cost minions which you kind of need for Holy Wrath. Sometimes you get some pretty shitty hands and you don't do so well, but there's a lot of healing. The Moltens do a lot more work because of all the different weapons that you now have, and the healing, you can bounce around your HP. So you could use your weapons, intentionally take some extra damage, drop the Moltens, heal back up, and suddenly you get some huge tempo swings because of all the healing, because of the taunt activators. You kind of have just enough to do well against the existing aggro decks, which again, you'll probably not see for some time once Undertaker is nerfed. And basically, the deck just does pretty well. If you have absolutely no hope of winning, if you have a Holy Wrath in hand, well, you take that Holy Wrath and you point it at your opponent's face, and if it hits for 20, you probably just win. So there's that. There's basically no matchup where you have like a no chance to win, even though you're playing the slowest deck ever. Just a few more things on the deck. Some people were asking about the Wild Pyromancer. The Wild Pyromancer is there to combo with Equality, because just having 2 Consecrates is not really enough. Because, well, sometimes you just want to consecrate. You don't want to use Equality, and often without the combination of a card with Equality, it just won't really work too well. I used the Panda before the Knife Juggler. I found out the Panda was basically just a Raptorino, just a 3-2. I've hardly used its Battle Cry, so now I have a Knife Juggler to combo with Muster for Battle, which is very nice. I only use 1 Quartermaster because often I just play Muster for Battle because I don't have much early game, so I can't really afford to hold it to combo with Quartermaster. And I am using Bolvar. Bolvar seems to be pretty decent. It's not really the best card ever. There's probably a lot of decisions that you can make, a lot of card switches you can make in this deck to make it better, but overall it kind of works. Alistraza is there to give you a little bit more healing if you need, and if the game is really slow paced, you can Alistraza your opponent and then go for a ridiculously cheesy kill with Holy Wrath on the following turn. My original Holy Wrath Paladin deck used Mountain Giants instead of Sea Giants, but because there's still, right now at least, there's a lot of people playing aggressive decks, and it kind of combos Muster for Battle. You basically get a free Muster for Battle when you want to play a Sea Giant, because it creates 3 creatures for 3 mana, and Sea Giant reduces its cost by 3 from playing those 3 creatures. So it kind of combos with the deck. It works in the meta right now a little better than Mountain Giant. And in general, because a lot of people play a big game for Dr. Boom, one strategy is to play no minions that are 7 or higher attack, but the other strategy, which I do incorporate in this deck, is to play a shitload of minions over 7 attack. And it seems that most of them tend to stick, and because of all the healing, you can usually come back from a crushing big game hunter against you. In terms of the meta matchups, that kind of stuff, the deck just does pretty damn well against every slow deck, because if the game stalls out enough, you Holy Wrath their face and get too much value, get too much damage. It's such a ridiculously dangerous deck to play. If you're playing against us as like a hand block or something, you have no fucking clue what to do, because suddenly you're at 18 life and there's some chance that you're going to die, even though you might have like 6 taunts on the board. So it's ridiculously fun. I encourage you guys to try, maybe not this, but in general, slower decks, because, from my time playing Hearthstone, it is the way to play Hearthstone. Creatures for creatures, going through most of the deck, slow matches, control matchups, value. That's how the game is meant to be played, at least in my opinion. And I'm glad that I strongly believe we're moving in that direction. Anyway, today I want to show you guys some gameplay of this deck. I want to show you guys that even though it's a very slow deck, it can work in the current meta. I did pretty well. I played like 10 games or so on ladder, and I jumped from like rank 7 to rank 6, like 2 stars to 2 stars, so like just exactly a full rank. I played against my friend a whole bunch, and I just want to show you guys a few of the fun clips. And keep in mind the timestamps. Some combos were more consistent than you may imagine them to be. You guys are going to enjoy this one, and at the end of the video, I'm going to include a link to the original Holy Wrath deck that I made more than a year ago, if you guys want to see some old school Holy Wrath action. Enjoy the video, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Looks like it worked pretty well.
For justice.
Planned. Planned, boys. Yep. I haven't drawn either Molten yet, so I have lethal like 20% of the time here.
For justice.
Who's good? Who's good? What? It's fine. It's fine, guys. It's fine. It's balanced. I made the play. I calculated the probabilities, guys. It's fine. I just wasn't feeling it. Let's see if I was gonna be wrong here. Yep, I was wrong.
Pathetic move to flee.
Okay. Um.
For justice.
He would have died. I did actually miss lethal.
Follow the rules.
I have a pretty high chance for lethal here. Because 8, I have lots of 8s. Oh god. Oh, it's amazing. Okay. I told you guys! This deck is great. Great. Okay? Don't you guys argue with me. Except there's no MC Tech. He's already played one this game, I think. Only half the deck deep. Damn. 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 Okay, that's decent at least. We need 9. 9, baby!
For justice.
Ooh, that's what's up. See, guys, easy game. Easy game. You got this. You got. Oh, first one out. Fuck. Okay. Guess you don't got shit. Consecrate. See? Not enough.
The battle. For justice. Reporting for duty.
Right now is at 19 of 21 damage. So I do have 2 Sea Giants in here. And I could consecrate, so it would be 8 or more would be lethal. If everything stays alive. I think at 8 or more I would go for it. He got Doomhammer. I got. Oh, finally, he got a better weapon, but I'd argue that right now it's not exactly better. Armor. Okay. Let's do this. Down.
For justice.
Oh man. You get Awaken. I got Emerald Drake. Oh my god. There's so many high cost minions left. I have to do it. Come on! Ah, shit. Come on! Ah, shit. Come on! Yeah! Good. Shield Slam execute. Alright. Our chances are extremely high of killing him. We have like 50%. Tyrion. We just need one big creature. It doesn't have to be a Molten Giant. We have Alistraza. Alright. Let's go for it. 4. That's bad. 20! Alright, yeah, alright. I've only played one game against Zulok. I lost it. Actually, I've lost both games against Warlock. There was one, like, Demon combo lock or something that I lost to.
You're dead.
Oh my god, it's this piece of shit again. Why is this piece of shit still here? Okay. Yeah. Those draws are not so good right now. How much dust is my random shaman worth? I'm not sure actually. So there's no Void Walker.
For justice. To battle.
Put this apple on your head.
Reporting for duty.
I want to try to pop the egg with the weapon and then equality consecrate.
I am ready.
Yep, in mind. Oh, that dude ran out of luck.
For justice.
Well, only playing equality for that, so that's not worth it. I'd rather just consecrate. Just use the weapon.
For justice. Reporting for duty.
Implosion. Don't hit for 4. Okay, good. That is good.
Reporting for duty.
Well, if I attacked first, I wouldn't take 4 damage. And I thought he'd play stuff that wouldn't get owned by Consecrate. But no, that didn't happen. Swapped. Okay.
Put
Fuck
your
it.
faith in the light.
There's an L. There's a power overwhelming. What the fuck? Okay.
Reporting for duty. Why do you call? Get in there and fight, maggot. Who dares summon me?
Put this apple on your head.
Okay, just don't give it to that. not that. Okay,
For justice.
take one. Free.
The battle.
Kill that. Okay. Good. Why not Molten before C? Because it wouldn't reduce the cost by 1. I'd play a creature, but the juggle will kill one of his creatures. So, the only way to guarantee to play everything is to attack with the weapon to get exactly at 10 life to make it cost 0.